Hi, this is Phil from PDQ Merch Enterprises and the ATM Mastermind group page, and in today's video we're going to be talking about what denominations I should put in my ATM. Always remember, we have a free ATM Mastermind group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself who want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business and be in a like-minded community of other ATM business owners. I also have the ATM A to Z book that I took over 20 years of experience, and I put it all in this nice little sick book for your reading pleasure. It'll help you on your ATM journey, what teaches you, from A to Z, how to get into the ATM business and be successful in the ATM business. And then we also have the ATM A to Z training course with over 80 videos that'll also teach you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. And it also has things like location agreement contracts, bulk cash agreement contracts, for if you guys want to vault your ATM with somebody else, also mobile event contracts, and a whole lot of other exciting videos that'll help you elevate your game so you don't make flawless mistakes that when I entered in the business, we made. So I hope that helps everybody, and we're going to always remember here at ATM Mastermind Group page and PDQ, we buy your freedom back one transaction at a time. All right, so the very exciting video, what denominations should I put in my ATM? I'm kind of confused. I'm not sure what I should do. I'm listening to videos. We're gonna solve all those problems and more on this video. All right, number one, the typical denomination that you put in an ATM is 20s. Now that's our brand of choice. That's what we like to do. We like to put in 20s in every and all locations. From time to time though, you know what? We do have special requests. Locations request different denominations. And so at that time, when they request a different denomination that is not a 20, we ask for something. I always tell you guys, if they want something, we want something. So what is that something? Maybe they want a different denomination, so we want a longer location agreement, or we want a bigger split. This does help getting better splits for our locations, and also pushes them back because you know what? It's more labor for us to put in 10s, 5s, or a different denomination, because you always remember that the lower the quality bill, if it's a 10, quality bill goes down. If it's a 5, it goes down even worse. So what does that mean for you and me? That means more bill jams, and we have to carry a bigger amount of money this wide. So when we go to fill an ATM up, instead of maybe putting this much in there, it's this much. That puts a little bit bigger target on our back, because now it's harder to maneuver. That means that we might have to take an extra cassette if we change denominations from 20s to 10s or even 5s. So just keep that in mind. More labor, lower quality of bill, and you know what? Now when you go to the bank, you know what? They're going to be handing you larger stacks of money. It might be the same denomination, but it's larger, so it looks like a lot more money. So I'm not a big fan of all this, but sometimes we got to do what we got to do for the location. So just keep that in mind. Point number 2. Okay, so Phil, you talked about different denominations. Where do I put different denominations? Why do I put different denominations? All right, so here it is. A lot of men's barbershops in certain locations, they're $10 for a haircut. So they want maybe $10. So this was, the person comes in, they can just take out $10, they can pay the barber. So in men's barbershops at a $10 price point, that denomination seems to work. Also, in some lower income areas, $10 on a convenience store works pretty good. Now, I'm not a big fan of that, like I said, but a lot of times the guys don't have a lot of money. They still want to go to the convenience store. They want to grab something, maybe buy some cigarettes, or they're buying something else, chips or snacks or something. They don't have a lot of money in their account. Maybe they got $15. They can take $10 out, go to the convenience store, spend the money that they need to spend, and therefore the convenience store gets a sale, we get a sale, and they don't have, it's not limited. So in some environments it does work. Again, not a big fan, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Number 3, the hybrid. So Phil, what's the hybrid? Well, the hybrid is an ATM that has 2 cassettes that you can have different denominations. So what we recommend is you put the 20 and the 5, not a 10, because now somebody can take out $5, they can take out $10, they can take out 15, they can take out 20 and 25. 25 will dispense a 20 and a 5. That way you get $5 increments. They can take out as much as they want, but it has 2 cassettes. So you're going to have one that's going to have the 20, the other one's going to have the 5, not the 10, the 5, and that way you'll have a multiple of different dispense options for the customer. Again, the ATM costs more money for this. And you know what? Now we got to carry more money, and we also got to carry different denominations. So all of that makes our job a little harder. So if they want that, always remember to negotiate a better deal, a better split for this location. And then sometimes you're going to go into a location and maybe you're up against somebody and you say, hey, you throw this option out, even though it's going to cost you more. Maybe you do that to get the location, to give yourself a little edge on the competition. Again, I'm not a big fan because now we're spending more money, but if that helps you get the location, then so be it. Keep that tool in your tool belt. That way you can always put that out to do that. Now, what's that up cost? Up cost is usually about $300 more, just so you guys know. Sometimes it's depending on, it could be a little less, but most of the time figure on $300 in the back of your head. Point number 4, dispensaries. This is another situation where you're going to have two 2K cassettes. So you're basically it's a 4K, but you're having two 2K cassettes. Phil, what's a K? That's $1,000, or not $1,000, but 1,000 notes. So a 2K is two 1,000 note cassettes, and then this way you can have up to 1,000 notes is going to be $20,000. So a 2K is $40,000. In a dispensary you can have 80,000, but one of them is going to be hundreds. So to help slow down the burn of your ATM, keep the belts good, what we have found is you're going to put in $100 bills in one cassette and 20s in the other. That way, if somebody wants to take 200, you're not burning through 10 bills, you're only burning through 2. So this will help out on dispensaries. It'll also help out from just now you're taking this much money instead of this much money. So it makes it easier just to go in, put it in, and get out of there as fast as you can. All right, and dispensaries, that is the kind of volume, and that is what you're looking at when you do this. Again, they just recently made dispensaries legal for us in the ATM business, so I hope you guys can take advantage where you can in different arenas to do that. And point number 5 is the 5. Phil, when do I dispense 5? Have you ever done it? I have personally never done it just by itself. Some of our partners, or what we call market partners or affiliates, or people downstream who are with us under our umbrella, they have used this technique and what we call a pull in the dark tournament where there wasn't really any change. So they put 2 ATMs out, one to dispense 20s, one to dispense 5s, and then this is a $5 ATM only, this is a $20 ATM only. So they've used it in those applications. They haven't did it for a normal location, but just on those, let's call it a mobile type of event, they've done it. It seemed to work for them. Again, I'm not a big fan of it, but if you find the application, it works for you, then great, so be it. That's when you would use that application of the 5s and the 20s. So always remember, here at the ATM Mastermind Group page, we have the A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. So thank you guys very much for making this channel number 1. Please don't forget to smash that like button. It helps with the algorithm. And always remember, we have the ATM A to Z course that teaches you from A to Z how to be successful in the ATM business. And we also have the free ATM Mastermind Group page that's free to join for like-minded individuals just like yourself who want to learn a little bit more about the ATM business and be in a like-minded community of other ATM business owners. So thank you guys very much, and I'll see you over at the ATM Mastermind Group page.